Hello, everybody. This is Kendelllenice, the Remix Coach. All right, so y'all know how it goes when God gives it to me. I'm going to give it to you. So this is a word from your favorite life coach. So I was thinking, as I often do, and I took some notes because I wanted to make sure I get it out. You know, sometimes when you get to a certain age, you be like, oh, this is what it is. And then you forget. So I wanted to make sure I wrote this down. But I was thinking, and this is entitled, God may be trying to get your attention, but you don't hear him because you're occupied. God may be trying to get your attention, but you don't hear him because you're occupied. So, you know how people say, well, God talked to me, and people say, well, God didn't talk to me, or I can't hear from God. Sometimes he is talking to you, but you're busy, you're occupied. All right, so check this out. You ever watch a movie with someone? I was watching a show with my daughter, and you know how you're watching something and you're right there. But if you're on your phone, you could be right in the same space and not hear what the person or the character said. So you're like, hey, what did they say? What did they do? And the other person is like, they just said it. You sitting right here like I am. But you on your phone. You doing some work on your phone, or you got your iPad, or you're reading a book, or your mind is somewhere else because you're thinking about A, B, C, and D, and you're not really focused on what you see in front of you. The television show, the movie, all of that. So you miss something and you don't hear something because you're preoccupied and you're doing what you're doing. Hello, somebody. You're doing what you're doing. Hello, somebody. So that's the thing. So sometimes God is talking to you, but you don't hear because you're occupied. God may be talking to you, but you don't hear because you're preoccupied. You may be praying, but you may be on your phone. You may be talking on the phone. You may be doing something else, and all of your focus is not on God, right? So this is why it's important to, maybe in the beginning of the day, when you first wake up, when you get ready to go to bed, or if you can take a moment in the day, however you want to do it according to your schedule. Space some time out for God, because he ain't forgetting about you. When he wakes you up, to me, that's the best time to have with God, where you don't have your phone in your hand, you're not reading a book, you're not singing a song, you're not watching a TV show or movie or whatever, you're not talking to anyone. You're taking this time, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, a half hour, whatever you have. Spend those moments with God without doing anything, because then when all of your attention is on him, you may be able to hear. You won't say, well, what did God say? Well, I don't know, because you're listening, because you're actively listening. You ever have a conversation with someone and you say, repeat what I said back? They have no clue what you said because they're preoccupied. They're not listening. Everybody is guilty of that. We all, now I always say, with these devices we have and all of these things that we have to occupy our space and time, it's easy to do that. A lot of people work from home and they're on the computer every day, or they work from their phones, or they work from their iPads or tablets. That's the way of the world. So it's easy to be distracted. It's easy to be preoccupied because we have this in our hand. We have these in our hands. We have all of this stuff at our fingertips. So it's easy. That's why you have to intentionally take a moment and give that to God, where you're really trying to hone in on what he's saying. You're focusing on that, because he could be blessing you and telling you how he's going to bless you in this particular specialized way. But if you don't hear or recognize his voice because you're not familiar with it, because all of these distractions, then you're going to miss out. So as a meditation practitioner, you can combine the two. You can sit and meditate, which is silent, quiet, breathing, listening to your thoughts, listening to your voice, and pray and talk to God within that time so you can hear him. So the next time he speaks, you can hear him clearly. Now, a lot of people get funny with that and tripped up with that, like, God was talking to you? Well, what did he say? What's his voice sound like? It's not that. You know how when people say something was telling, like when I had colon cancer, right? And I had to get my colonoscopy. I could have said something told me that I needed to go early. That's why I did. Something was nudging me. It ain't something, it's God. And that's what you have to look when you feel that urge to do something. Try God. Do God, because he always does you. He always thinks about you. So that's something that I just wanted to put in your membrane right quick. All right. So this is like, let me check my notes to make sure. God may be trying to tell you something, get your attention, but you don't hear it because you're occupied. Just like, all right, I said that if you're watching, I just wanted to make sure I got all my points because I just put a little bit right here. Sometimes I'll just put a little there or just put the topic if it comes up and I'm busy and I don't want to forget because I'm occupied, I'm preoccupied. So it's so important to take space and take time for God, to settle the noise, to quiet down your thoughts, to get in a space in your house, in your office, in somebody else's house, somebody else's office, outside at the park, wherever it is, and take a moment to just hear from God. And maybe his voice will become audible for you, and so clearly that you know the difference between his voice and your voice. It's just a word from your favorite life coach. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, listen, y'all, it's so important that you hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Every time I'm live, every time I put a video up, you'll be able to see it first. I go live often. I have a lot of shows on here. To God be the glory. And I don't even want to say trying. I'm reaching 1,000 followers. That's what I want, subscribers. So definitely hit that, share this, get the word out. There's some goodness on this channel, but if nobody knows, then they ain't gonna see it. Like, they might need this message right now. So share this. Don't be stingy. Like and comment. Thank you so much. And if this has blessed you and this is you, let's talk about it in the comments. Let's talk about growth, development, getting closer to God and getting closer to yourself and learning discipline enough when to say, you know what, let me put these things down and let me fine tune into God, into my own intuition, into my voice. Let's meditate on some things. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, you are a star, so don't allow anyone to dim your shine. Until next time, God bless. Peace.